I feel like talking about money. I want to do a little breakdown and my video top 10 things that changed when you go from a teenager to a young adult. I mentioned how $1,000 is not a lot of money, especially the older you get. And I stand by that. Is $1,000 still a lot of money? Some people $10 is a lot of money. Some people it's 100. $1,000 is when you actually have enough money. It's enough to invest. If you want to buy tacos with it, you're going to buy 1,000 tacos, and you're going to be pretty well off for a couple days, you know. So to me, it's a good enough amount of money. And so, your first $1,000, what should you do with it? How old are you? There's a lot of aspects that go into this. I want to get more nitty gritty, but let's just get some basic info out there because you know what? They just did a study. What was it, like 70, over 75% of Americans, if they got a $500 bill out of nowhere, if within the next 2 weeks they wouldn't be able to pay it off? $500? That's scary, you know? That's one vet bill, you know? So 75% of Americans are one bill away from maybe having to put down their animal. And that's really unfortunate. So what do you do when you get $1,000? You're not spending it. Trust me, it's a fun thing to do. Spending money is so much fun. I love doing it. I wish I could do it all the time, but I don't. Things that give us pleasure are generally things we should not do. So you're not going to be spending this $1,000. And now I remember the first time I got $1,000 in total. I think I was around 16, 17. I was basically working full time. I was saving for the first time. So the C4 digits in the bank account was really cool. Still is. Love it. $1,000. Never be mad if someone gave you $1,000, you know? And so with that, the first time I went on a trip, the second time I saved up to $1,000. I moved out on my own at $2,000 at the time when I moved out. And again, I said in my last video, I said $1,000 it doesn't get you a long way. I thought 2 grand, I was set. I just had a friend. She wants to move out of She wants to move out of her parents. She's not just about done high school, and she's like, "I got $5,000 saved up." I'm like, okay, cool. Do you know how much you actually eat? She's a smoker. I'm like, do you know how much that's actually going to cost you? And don't have your parents' money fall onto. And so yeah, I guess man, yeah, the average person only survives about 3 months when they move on their own for the first time. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, about 3 months. Shorter budget, punch it in, had shorter income with it. Made it hilarious. I had a great time doing that. It took me a minute. And so if you just have $1,000, you finally got it. Let's say if you are a student, they say 90-10 rule of spend the 90, save the 10. We're going to put that in reverse for you. You have no expenses. You basically have nothing to buy. Maybe you have a car, or maybe your parents make you buy your own clothes. Who cares? I mean, who knows? Sorry. And so you're saving 90 of it, 90%. So that's $900. You're going to save that. You're not going to touch it. The only times you're using it is to try and make passive income at a younger age. So basically, you remember those movies you'd watch as a kid or cartoons, and someone would give someone X amount of money, like $1,000, and be like, bring this back to me with 2,000. That's what you're basically going to try and do, but maybe not turn that 900 to 1,800, but you're at least going to try. And then that $100 you have, you're 16, you're 17, that's $100. That's a fun weekend with your friends. Go to the movies, buy yourself something nice, you know? I don't recommend spending a lot of it on food, especially fast food, you know. That's a habit you don't want to get into because there's a lot of adults who just spend way too much on fast food. And now with that $900 remaining, you try and invest it. Maybe buy, I remember a couple of football buddies of mine, when those power balance bracelets are the big thing, they bought boxes of them in bulk. They bought them, so it came out to like $5 a piece for them, and they bought like 200. Well, you know, we're in a school of 1,800 kids. They sold those off in no time at $30 a pop. And so think about doing something like that, you know? You're around all your student friends for long periods of time. They'll feel obligated to buy something from you if they're cheaper, especially if they know you. The best people to sell to are the ones you're closest with. Now, that's because they're friends. They're supporting you. You're going to do the same for them. Love my friends. If you buy my stuff, thank you. And so that's if you're a student and you just got an extra $1,000. Let's say you're 30 years old and you went to the casino one time, you put a quarter in and it shot out $1,000. Well, don't expect that to happen again anytime soon, you lucky son of a. And so you just got $1,000. Again, they say the 90-10 rule, but this is extra income you just got. I think you should do the above. But now that you're at an age where you're old enough, you can open up maybe a mutual funds account. You can open up a free direct investing account and put that $900 into a company you really like. There's a lot of things you could do. If you have any debts, you want to try and pay that off as much as you can. Even if you have $5,000 in debt, that 900 is going to be a nice chunk. Or even, so let's say take 600 of that, with the remaining 400, learn how to make more money. Even some people are like, oh, if I could just get a different job, make more money, I'd be more set. But you don't know, if you have that mindset, if I give you more money, you're just gonna spend more money. That's what I'm worried about. So basically, if you get $1,000, don't spend it. Be smart with it. If I got $1,000 tomorrow, even though I don't need it, I still like it. Like $1 tomorrow, I'd be so happy. I'm still not gonna spend it because I just know it can form into bad habits. So learn how to save. Get addicted to it too. Knowing you always have $1,000 to fall back on just in case, it feels great. That used to be my mindset. And then I set it to $2,000. And still to this day, I like to say if you at least have $2,000 in the bank, you're good to go for a long time. Well, not a long time, but you're good to go in case an accident happens. Your job could shut down tomorrow. You could get fired. Who knows why? Something can happen, and they do. And it's tragic. Most people can't afford that 500, so I give you 2,000. There you go. So if you get $1,000 for the first time, learn how to invest, learn how to save, get addicted to it, enjoy it. I love putting money in my account. I've transferred $5 in my savings account, and it just feels so good because that's just another step of $500. $5. I'm not going to worry about when I'm older. Thank you all so much for putting up with me. Please chime down in the comment section what you would do with $1,000. And if you have any advice on saving money, because, saving money is so much fun. Thank you all for putting up with me.